We can speak now to Ranjana Kumari. She's an Indian social activist, writer and academic. She's also the director of the Centre for Social Research and chairwoman of Women Power Connect, a national organisation of women's groups. She joins us now live from New Delhi. Thank you so much for your time today. Firstly, give us a sense of how much disruption this doctors' strike has caused in the country and what protesters are hoping to achieve by it.
Well, the case is absolutely horrendous. After 2012, which was Nirbhaya case, and we all were on the street, even protests happened in the villages. In chilling winter, we were 4 days on India Gate. And now again, same, nothing, looks like that nothing is changing in the country. So there is a whole, there's a outrage, people are angry, there's grief amongst the doctors, because this is a young doctor. She was inside the hospital premises and her body was smothered, she was raped, her eyes were punched, her foot was, both the feet were pulled apart and pelvic bone broke. One doesn't understand how much brutality can they inflict on women. And then also, of course, it took time and almost looked like that the state government is trying to in some way wash out. They don't want to the investigation to go on fast. The High Court of Calcutta said then that the case should go to CBI, and fortunately now the Supreme Court of India has taken suo motu cognizance of this case, and they are going to hear. So, you can see the seriousness of this whole issue, the brutality involved, the young doctor profession.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, of course, it's not the first time that a rape in India has gained national attention like this. I think what is more shocking to people is the fact that this woman was raped and murdered in her workplace, a hospital, which should have been a place of safety. So what would you say needs to be done to tackle this as a wider issue? Do we need more harsher laws around sexual violence in India?
Well, after Nirbhaya, we got a law which is quite stringent. The quantum of punishment is very, very stringent. But at the same time, law has to be implemented. Justice is not, unless it's seen to be delivered, it's not justice. So many cases of rape are pending. So first of all, as you asked me, what needs to be done? Dispense off with all these cases, punish the rapists, so there is some element of fear in their mind, so that they come up and they know that they will not get scot-free. And second, the high profile cases, where politicians are involved, where ruling parties, MLA is involved, still all those cases are pending. So there is some element of impunity that goes on about these kind of cases, and we want the justice to be delivered. We don't want rhetoric. We don't want people to, even our Prime Minister on the day of independence from Red Fort made a statement saying that this is intolerable, but this needs to be implemented. Institutions need to function. Our institutions are failing women. We have National Commission for Women, we have Women and Child Ministry, State Commissions for Women, Human Rights Commission of India. But, all these institutions are there. They should act swiftly. They should be part of this. Doctors are not, unrealistic. Doctors are not really unjustified in asking, saying that they're all really in a way worried about their own safety. Women doctors especially, they are saying we will not do night duty. They are saying we will not do emergency services. So what will happen to the patient? What will happen to a country's health system, which is already very weak? So this needs to be really taken care of, and punishment has to be given.
Okay.
And as fast as possible.
And if I can just get in, it's no secret that gender-based violence is very deep-rooted in Indian society. You have this whole culture where the male is prioritized and has most of the control. Do you get a sense at all that this is changing at all in India? Because this is part of the issue here.
Well, certainly this is the part of the male dominance, the patriarchal culture. This is the part of misogynistic culture. This is part of the way Indian men brutalize, treat women. There's so much of domestic violence going on. For 40 years, we are running, at least I personally is involved in dealing with domestic violence and rape crisis intervention centers. And I know that so many of these cases are coming, and they have increased in numbers. Of course, our reporting is also increased. So we do see that there is a consistent increase in reporting. The NCRP data, which is National Crime Reports data, is reporting every year increased numbers of women. And every 16 hours, 18 hours, a rape is happening in the country. So many are not reported. It's like an iceberg. You just see reported cases are very few. If you say one rape case case gets reported, 10 are happening in our villages, because there's hardly any report coming from the villages. So essentially what I'm trying to say is that this culture is responsible. Otherwise, the amount of brutality on one woman who was so vulnerable, she was sleeping in the conference room of the hospital. Hospital doesn't have a place for doctors to rest. There was no CCTV camera in that conference room. I mean, this is all unthinkable, unbelievable, and this is what is the complete, total neglect of women's safety.
Okay. I appreciate you talking to us on Al Jazeera. Ranjana Kumari, Indian social activist, writer and academic.